my name is Barkha Verma. I am here working as an associate software engineer in AI and analytics ops team, which come under the Azure squad. While working on project, I face an issue that usually an organization has different departments which store their data in different databases, file structure and data structure. So if an organization wants to get a holistic view of the organization operation detail united in one data warehouse. So, however, the organization have many departments which store their data in different databases or file structures. So, to unite all the data into one data warehouse is a big challenge. So, to solve this problem, here comes the ETL into picture. The solution which I found to solve this problem is ETL process, which basically means ETL means E means extract, T means transform, L means load. So, first we have to gather the data set. So data set can be from any database, online platform or from third-party data. And then after extracting, as we have extracted data from different sources, it means that the data will not be in the correct form. So to make it in correct form, we have to transform the data. So in ETL process, the second transform means we have to remove the null values or the data which are not relevant to our need. So this part we have to complete in transform. Once the data get transformed and we got the data in the form which we needed, so now it's turn to load the data. So we can load data any of the databases, data warehouse like SQL, MySQL, Postgres, and then after loading, we can get the data in one of the united space, get the data, then we have to use representation tool in which we will do analytics part, or we can build a ML model using the data which we have exported and transformed. To implement ETL process, there are many open source tools in marketplace. But for solving this challenge, I have used Talent Open Studio, which is basically a UI system where you have to connect the boxes, and first you have to download the data from any of the platform, and then you have to import that data in that talent tool where it provides a box in which you have to just click and import the data. Then in talent tool there is a process, there is some steps in which you have to transform it. So like we have extracted data from any of the source and the data will be not in correct form. To solve that, there are many functions in talent ETL tool. So using that function, we can clean our data, we can remove the null values. We can remove the null values by importing mean and median function. And then after the data is cleaned properly and we got the required format in which we want, then we will load that data into one of the warehouse. Warehouse depends on you, which you have to choose. You can choose any of like SQL, Postgres, DBware, and then once the data is loaded, you have to import that data from the data warehouse and present it into any of the analytics platform. Like you can use Power BI from where you can extract information of that data. So here is the implementation part of ETL process. So for implementing, first we should know that what our data source should be. Like there are many online platforms from where you can get your data, and online platform also, and from your own database. Like your own database can consist of MySQL, SQL database, any kind of database. From there you can extract your data, and other is like CRM or ERP data or any third-party data you can take. Okay, and there are many online platforms from where you can get any data like CSV data, JSON format, any data in which you can perform ETL. So once you have decided your data source, and then it's come the staging area. Staging area consists of three parts, which is extraction, data transformation and loading. So basically extraction, which we are just done, that we have taken the data source and we have extracted the data. So after extracting, we have to transform the data, because as we have extracted data from many sources, so the data will not be in the form which we want. So to make that data in the form we require, we have to do some of the transformation. So in data transformation consists of many of the steps. Like first you want to remove the null values or data which data set does not contain. Then you can remove that null values using any of the method like mean method, median method, mode method. And next, it's after the data is transformed or the data we got data in which form we want. Then it's come the third part, which is loading part. So in loading part, it's come like when we got the data in which format we required. Then in loading, we can take any of like one warehouse or one main staging area in which you will load that all the extracted data which you transform and get the data in which form required. So in load you can store it any of the database or data warehouse. So this is one of the main area where your data will get stored. Okay. So after the data is loaded properly into your database or warehouse from where anyone can access the data. So once load is completed, then the fourth part come of data representation. So basically whenever do sum of representation or any transformation in our data, then next we have to do analytics or we have to create any ML model. So using that data, we can perform any of analytics part. So the main motive of ETL is like first we have extracted from any different sources, which like we have got the raw data, and then we have transformed it, the data in which we require form. Then next we load it. From here, anyone from organization can use it and do analytics part. And you can get insights, whatever insights you want from your data. So this process mainly helps in doing that. Here are some of the advantages of ETL process. So I have taken 6 advantages. So first come data integration. So as I earlier said that whenever we start a process, first we have to extract data. So ETL process help us to extract data from any kind of sources, like any data, like from spreadsheet, Excel, from anywhere. ETL tool helps to integrate data. So main advantage is that. Then second comes the business insights. Like suppose when we are going to do any kind of analytics part, or we have to find insights from the data. So like whenever we extract from raw source, then the data is not that much that we can get insights from it. So ETL tools helps there. First they will collect all the raw data and store in one of the database, and from there we can get any of the business insights performing analytics part. Then third come efficiency and scalability. So ETL tool process help the companies to scalable their data. Like whenever there is need of more data, then easily using ETL tool we can scalable our data as per need. Then next comes the consistency. Consistency means like what data we have taken from the raw source. Then the data perform after transformation. Data perform some of consistency. Like data have some consistency in it, and the data is in after transformation we can get insights easily. So ETL tool helps there also. The next comes the flexibility. So flexibility means that ETL tools provide flexibility to the companies whenever they want to add more data, or as they got more demand that data will increase, then flexibility, then ETL tool helps there. The next comes the data quality. Like starting we are extracting data from any of raw source, and we know that whenever we get data, it will not be in the correct form. It will contain many of the irregular data also. So ETL tool helps that also to improve the data, remove the inconsistent data. By using ETL tool, like we can use talent tool, in which using the talent tool, these all 6 advantages we can be solved using the talent tool. Now here comes the use case of ETL process. So as I have earlier explained, one of use cases which is based on an organization, that how organization manage their data from different sources and store them in one of the data warehouse. So now the other use case is data warehouse. So basically in this ETL process include 3 steps: data integration, data cleaning, and data analytics part. So in data warehouse, the data integrated from data lakes. There are many different data warehouse sources from where you can take data, like data lakes, data house. So after integrating data, then the second part comes data cleaning. In warehouse, data cleaning helps to clean the data which we have taken from data lake. It can be any video file, audio data, or text data, or a spreadsheet. So next, after cleaning part, once the data is clean, now the data is stored again to the data warehouse, from where we can do the analytics part. So one of the use case is that. Then second comes the financial analytics use case. So as we know that in financial part, we have to do more of the analytics part. So like whatever the financial, like the company face the financial year, the financial data. So in that there is more need of analytics part. So to do that analytics part, we have to first perform the ETL process. Same, they include data integration, data cleaning, and data analytics part, visualizing them. So in financial data set, we know that data set consists of many financial year, like large amount of data. So to cleaning the data, we will, if we do manually, then we will waste our more of the time, and the result will also not be efficient. So to improve that, we are using talent tool, which helps in doing ETL process. So using that, we can load the last data into the tool, and after that, in tool, just we have to connect the boxes. It is a UI based tool. After connecting the boxes, we can work on the financial data, and we get the insights from it. So in these are the two main use cases where ETL process plays an important role. Value which we can add through ETL process to customer are improved data accuracy, improved data governance, enhanced data analytics, greater data efficiency, and increased data visibility. If we talk about future scope of ETL, then it comes to the first is big data integration. As nowadays all are moving to a big data platform like Hadoop and Spark, in which we have to load the data. So here ETL can also play a main role. Like nowadays ETL is not working on a big data platform integration, but in future it can help there also to export, transform, and load. The next one comes cloud native ETL. So as nowadays more of organizations are moving their data to the cloud platform and the software to the cloud platform. So there is also a need of the ETL process. As nowadays ETL is not providing that. So in future it will provide to the cloud platform also, where it can be a flexible and cost effective. Let's conclude this. The solution which I have just explained you, I have built during my experimental task, which is basically very different from my day-to-day task. And in this, I learn about more new tools and technology, and ETL is one of them. So, like using ETL is helping me in solving my problem during building any project. In this project, using ETLs help in organization to derive insights and intelligence from the data. I hope you understand about the ETL process. Thank you for watching this video.